She has her little pleasure toy partnership that's coming up. Ariana is booked and busy, and she is absolutely doing it. So put it down below and let me know what you guys think. All right, let's move on to our next story. Now, this one is all about Katie Maloney. So she was on last night's Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen, and she was spilling the tea and telling her truth. So this is from Reality Blurb. It says Vanderpump Rules Katie Maloney slams Raquel for disrespecting her mom, shares why Tom and Raquel should give romance, quote, a shot, and gives updates with Sheena, Schwartz, and Satchel. I also have a clip of her from Watch What Happens Live, so we'll go through the article and then we'll watch the clip together. Katie Maloney explains why she believes Tom Sandoval and Raquel Leviss should give their relationship a shot on Wednesday's episode of Watch What Happens Live. Da, 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 da. While also sharing updates on Sheena Shea and Satchel, who she dated at mid-season 10, and reacting to Tom Schwartz's calling her, quote, a monster on his past appearance on Watch What Happens Live. The Vanderpump Rules star threw plenty of shade at Raquel as she confirmed if she was dating. No, I'm very happy, Katie revealed of her love life on the May 10th episode of Watch What Happens Live. According to Katie, her relationship with Satchel came to an end after fans saw them together on screen. But when it comes to her former flame, she said Satchel's doing good. He's got a girlfriend, she shared. Side note, it's rumored that Katie is dating, I think his name is Rob, and he is Stassi Schroeder's husband. His name is Bo. And I think it's his best friend or one of his really best friends. That's the rumor going around. That's who Katie is dating. So there you go. He's much older than Satchel. You know, he's around all of their ages, that like 37 to 42 age range right there. So we'll see. All right, here we go. As for her relationship with Sheena, who she feuded with throughout season 10, mainly due to Sheena's encouragement of a romance between Schwartz and Raquel, Katie said they're getting to a better place. Side note, before we get into what Katie said, personally, if I were Katie, I would forgive Sheena and I'd keep it cool and copacetic, but I would never trust her. Sheena, to me, is almost like a Schwartz. She likes to play dumb, and she likes to play victim to get out of accountability. Do you know, like, Sheena, you can only say for so long, oh, I was blinded by Raquel. Katie was so mean to me. Before you just have to say, you know what? I kind of chose to be a twat. I kind of chose to be not a good person because I just wanted to hurt someone who didn't like me. You know what I'm saying? It's like Sheena has to kind of buck up a bit. But I will say Sheena does take more accountability than Schwartz or anybody else does for their missteps. But I would never trust Sheena again. And I like Sheena. I think she's nice. She's cool. But we got to call a thing a thing. Saying that you wouldn't care if Raquel and Brock slept in the same bed just because you wanted to throw shots at Katie, that girl, bye. Like, come on. You know what I mean? Come on. Like, Sheena, no way. If I was Katie, I would never trust that again. You know, forgive, but don't forget. Let's keep going. I've seen more of her in the last couple of months than I have since the summertime. So I'm just gonna be slowly. So it's just going to be slowly. I want to see more action behind the apology, she explained. I love an apology. It's great. It feels good anytime someone can humble and really mean it. That's great. But I think it's been 10 years of this kind of cyclical sort of thing. And I want us to just really finally get back to a good place. But it's just going to take some time. I don't think Sheena and Katie will ever be friends until Sheena gets true self-esteem and self-worth. Until Sheena doesn't actually care about being friends with Katie, their friendship will never work. Because Sheena's never really been one of the girls. She wasn't a witch of the WeHo. And then she even said it, I forgot what season it was, when Stassi and Katie had their falling out and Katie and Sheena got really close. And then Sheena was scared and pissed when Stassi and Katie became friends again, because she was like, oh, you're just going to drop me, now that you're friends with Stassi again. You were just using me because you weren't friends with her. Where it's like, no, Sheena, this would have been an opportunity for you to really integrate with the entire group. So I think until Sheena stops being a pygmy, the relationship isn't going to work. The friendship isn't going to work. I really like Katie. Justice for Katie Maloney, justice for her mother, because again, if anybody came from my mom, that conversation would have went very, very different real quick. Real quick. But let's keep going. As fans may recall, Schwartz slammed his ex-wife as, quote, a monster on numerous occasions during his April appearance on Watch What Happens Live, while suggesting she abused his loyalty for years. Looking back at the disc, Katie confirmed they have chatted since. We mostly just talk about dog stuff because we share our dogs, so that was pretty much the extent of it. I did send him a bit of a rage text after that episode for sure, just like, you look like an idiot, she revealed. Schwartz, you do look like an idiot, because I don't think as someone's husband or wife, you can exploit loyalty. Like, stop. And you were never loyal to Katie. Even in this last night's episode that we just watched, you still were a slime bucket and a little, overcooked macaroni, no backbone. You didn't have her back. You didn't defend her. You didn't do anything. You just sat in the corner with your musky smelling self. You need some deodorant over there with Peter, not even, doing, like, it's crazy to me. And then when Katie took him to the back of the alley, and then when Raquel came in, he goes, oh, it's okay. Hi, Raquel. Let Raquel talk. The level of disrespect is crazy to me. Crazy to me. You know what I mean? Absolutely nuts. Like, how dare you? Let's keep going. Katie also addressed her and Schwartz's back alley conversation, which Raquel crashed on Wednesday's Pump Rules. I was so frustrated. I was just like, we either have this conversation, you and I, and then she's out there. I was just so frustrated, Katie recalled. I started laughing. I couldn't believe what was happening. Katie couldn't understand why Schwartz was defending Raquel rather than having her back, which has been a common theme throughout their marriage, an attempt at maintaining a friendship. When Katie was then asked if she believed she and Schwartz will ever be able to be true friends, Katie replied, I would think so, but he's really got to learn to respect. Just in a friendship, you need to have a friendship. He just fails time and time again. Even Katie's mom, Terry Maloney, called out Schwartz's for failing, giving a nod to his kiss with Raquel. My mom really wanted to have that conversation with him ever since she texted him after the kiss in Mexico like weeks before. He never texted her back. See, what a slime bucket. What a slime bucket. You can't even text your mother-in-law back, ex-mother-in-law back, whatever you want to call it. You're sitting there at the table doing your crocodile boo-hoo tears. I love you, Terry. I love Katie, blah, 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 blah. And still acting like a damn fool. Acting like a damn fool. Okay. Let's keep going. And then I have a clip that we can watch too. As fans saw, Raquel doubled down on the idea that Katie should have a say in what Schwartz was doing after their split, even going as far as to complain, oh my God, when Terry weighed in. You don't talk to my mom that way. You don't roll your eyes at my mom, Katie responded. Also on Watch What Happens Live, after asking really and rolling her eyes when Raquel's desire to take a step back to address her mental health concerns was mentioned, and comparing Sandoval's interview with Howie Mandel to a dumpster fire in which he lied straight up from the beginning, Katie addressed Sandoval and Raquel's future. I don't know what they're doing, but I still think maybe they should give it a shot because they've blown up their lives and may as well, she reasoned. Now, this is the thing. This is the thing, okay? Tom Schwartz was complete garbage for the way he treated Katie and her mother. Same with Raquel. You don't roll your eyes. You don't say, oh my God. You don't huff and puff, with your weird looking self and your 6 different personalities. Shout out to Katie for that one. To somebody's mother. It's a line you just simply do not cross. You don't disrespect somebody's mom. Absolutely a hot mess. A hot mess. Now, I want to ask you guys something. Now, Katie said on Watch What Happens Live last night that her theory about Schwartz, Raquel, and Sandoval is that Schwartz was, sort of this like, dun 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 decoy, and he like makes out with Raquel and all this stuff. And then, but the reason why that happened was because Raquel was sort of playing these games to make Sandoval jealous. Like, well, I'm single and I can do whatever I want. So I'm going to hook up with your best friend. You're the one in a relationship. So until you're not in a relationship, I'm going to do what I want. And then Tom Sandoval gets jealous and then comes clean to Tom Schwartz being like, oh, buddy, stop hooking up with her because I'm hooking up with her. And then that's why Tom Schwartz backs off. That's what Katie said on Watch What Happens Live, her theory was. But I personally don't think so. I think Tom Schwartz was a part of the whole situation pretty much from jump. I don't think Tom Sandoval really does anything that Tom Schwartz doesn't know about in real time and in the beginning, if that makes sense. I think that Tom Schwartz was a willful participant in whatever was going on with Raquel. And I think all three of them was kind of doing like a collective FU to everybody else. But then I think that Tom Schwartz, out of the three of them, had more of a conscience. And then he realized, oh, you know what? Katie is this is kind of getting out of control. And then that's when he kind of started doing the little hints like, oh, well, this is her type. She likes people who are taken. Maybe we shouldn't flirt. Actually don't show up with me to the party. And then he tries to do all the damage control with Katie, which ends up blowing in his face because he's a buffoon. Okay. Now here we go. And again, Amy, I see you. I agree. I think Tom and Rachel are the ones who had the threesome. I think that was the throuple. They did the shrooms or the ecstasy and they put on their little weird lights and then they just did what they wanted to do and how they wanted to do it. I mean, that to me makes the most sense. But let's watch her, a clip from her on Watch What Happens Live. Let's watch.
We are back with Katie Maloney from Vanderpump Rules and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is in theaters now. Elizabeth Gascoigne is behind the bar. Let's go back to our fans. Jack from my home state of Missouri has a question for Katie.
It's actually Jackie.
Jackie, sorry.
It's okay. Hi, Andy. Hi, Katie. Hi, Karen.
Hey.
Katie, how do you feel about Jax Taylor saying on Peacock that if it weren't for Sandoval, you and Schwartz would still be together? How does that make you feel?
That's interesting. I hadn't heard that he said that.
I saw like a clip of that somewhere. He's wrong and he's right. I think, Sandoval's influence and Sandoval and Schwartz's friendship definitely got in the way of a lot. But I think, Schwartz didn't really come to the table on his own.
There is a part of me that thinks that is true, though, because
I said it's true and it's not true. I don't think it did not help our marriage. Their friendship did not help our marriage at all.
Right. Here's Lindsay from Cincinnati with a question for Karen.
Yeah. Hi, Andy. Congrats on the book, and you're crushing the one-year-old hair game with Sweet Lucy. Katie, you look amazing, and even more, you look so happy, and that's more important. And Karen, my question's for you. As a fellow VPR superfan, who do you think is now the #1 guy in the group? James, Schwartz, Sandoval, or Brock?
Oh, my God. Is it possible there's 0 #1s? None of them are worthy of #1. Come on.
I kind of think it's James. I can't believe it.
Yeah, he's one of the gals. He's
closest. He's closest to #1.
Did you see him on Watch What Happens Live?
I saw clips because I was
Right. It was wildly amusing, I have to
No,
say.
no. What is this quote? When you do something outrageous, expect people to be outraged. I was like,
Yeah, right.
write
Yes,
that down.
yes.
That's
That's a
really
good
great.
Housewives tagline.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you watch Housewives too, or just Vanderpump?
No, just Vanderpump. I'm
Wow,
all
I
about
love it.
Vanderpump.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you watch Summer House or Southern Charm or anything?
Summer
Just
House
Vanderpump?
was like a spin-off at some point of Vanderpump
Well,
Rules,
Vanderpump
right?
did a little crossover.
That's
Yes.
the one that I watched.
Yeah,
and I was like,
love
what?
it.
Where
She
have I
is-
gone? But
I
then
like
I came
it.
back.
Okay, very good. Thanks, virtual audience. Thanks, Katie. Thanks, Karen. Everybody see Guardians of the Galaxy. Thanks, Elizabeth. For more, click around bravotv.com. Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Ooh, 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 ooh. I think James is the number one man of the group. Put it in the chat box. Who do you think is the number one guy of the group? I think it's James. And put it down below. What do you think about Katie? I think Katie is trying to low-key protect Short a little bit because of all of the blowback that's happening. She's like, well, this is the theory that he didn't know and this happened. When we all know he knew. We all know he knew. He was talking about it at glamping and all that stuff. We know he knew. So put it down below and let me know what you guys think. So with that, let's move on to our next story. So this is all about Raquel telling Ariana, girl, it's all in your head. So this is according to People magazine. Vanderpump Rules, Raquel tells Ariana her fears about Sandoval are, quote, in your own head.